course this feels harder because I've just ran. Welcome to the workout. It is Sunday, the second day of the weekend where we're focusing on an endurance build. But this one's a bit spicy, as we can see. It is a just do it short duathlon, bike run session. So although we're on an endurance focus at the moment, I think it is important to keep the legs turning over with some lower level intensity, so it's not all too difficult when we start ramping up the intensity full focus. So this session is quite spicy, like I said, so it does sort of take the breath away to begin with, and then it eases into it as recoveries get longer. But initially it's 50-second effort and then a 10-second recovery, and then you're back on it. Yeah, you're going to feel that, and it's a bit of a chest burn. And when we move into the runs, it's kind of similar. We're going to do a run through of 30-second effort, if you like, a general acceleration, not really an effort, then just 15 seconds rest, and then another 30-second acceleration, but then we increase the recovery to 45 seconds rest. So every time we do a 30-second stride, the recovery gets longer by 15 seconds until we get to a recovery of 90 seconds, and then we go back to the original 15-second recovery. So we cycle through that twice, and that's the run session done, and then we come back and repeat this bike. So that's a classic bike run repeat session that I do, where the recoveries get longer and the efforts remain constant. But there's no real target for the effort. I can do it on the run as easy as I like, but as long as it is a general acceleration through the 30 seconds, and it adds structure to the session. I think that's the key, and makes you sort of focus a bit more rather than just plodding around. Don't really want to do that, but the focus is endurance, as I said, so I'm not going to go crazy on these run efforts. And on the bike, it's kind of worked on my FTP, so the efforts are at 255 watts, but if I feel that that's too much, I would just reduce the power output on the percentage to make sure I'm hitting the right level by feel and not be driven by the numbers on Zwift, which is all too easy to do. Right, that's the session described, just warming up, and then we'll move into the first 3-minute block, and that will be a shock to the system, I'm sure. Okay, let's compose ourselves. So just through the first 3-minute block, didn't have to reduce the FTP percentage, so they're all around 255 watts. Oh man, as I said, certainly takes your breath away, but my legs feel a bit better than they did yesterday. If you see my previous video, yeah, I'm going through some extra fatigue, shall we say. So we'll keep it controlled. Definitely don't want to go crazy today. So we'll run through this next set, only 3 minutes, with bursts, efforts reduced in intensity. Here we go. On to the second one. All in TT position, which is specific. Here we go. So now it's 50 seconds at 255 watts, which isn't fantastic, is it? But my current state of fitness, this kind of keeps a bit of extra leg turnover rather than getting too stale. Don't feel too bad to begin with, and then in the last sort of 15 seconds it's like catch up, legs start to burn. There's only 10-second recovery. Let's try and reset in 10 seconds. Oh, there we go. Oh. Now it's 40 seconds. Oh, that 10 seconds is, yeah, only 10 seconds. The idea is to just try and keep smooth in the TT position. Now we have a mammoth 20 seconds rest. So we're coming up to the end of this 2 lots for 3 minutes, and then we're on the first run already. First run will be kind of a warm-up. Get into it. Okay, 30 seconds. When you're on erg mode on Zwift, it really does make sense to spin the cadence a bit higher, somewhere around 95 cadence. So let's keep it smooth, and we're done. Whew. So I'll spin out for 30 seconds and get trainers on. "30-second stride pyramid," that's the session. Let's go gadgets. So we're on the end of the first set, having 90-second jog, and then we build back up with short recoveries starting at 15 seconds. Not feeling too bad. I don't know what the pace is, I'm just going by feel. It's nice to get out in the sun and actually run and not feel crap. On my second set complete now, 90-second jog. Felt a lot more fluid on that second set. Yeah, quite pleased. But I can't remember how many sets of this we do. I think it's 3. So 1 more to do. Don't get carried away. The trick is to make sure the recovery jogs, as they get longer, don't meld into the effort. So you want to polarize it. Don't have a constant run. Keep the jog a jog. Right, here we go. It's actually only 2 times through. I thought I had another one. So I set off like a hare, and then it said, cool down. So, walking in now. Another set to do on the bike. I think it's about 3.5k in total running, which is just about right, isn't it, for doing repeats. Don't feel too bad actually, so hopefully the next run I'll be really lubricated and just flow even better, which is great. It's good to feel, I don't know, it's like a stark difference from yesterday when I really felt like I could hardly walk. Yeah, had to get the fan out for the second set. Burning up already. The shoes of choice for today's running are the Nike Vaporfly 3s. I've said on previous videos, I don't rate them really as far as racing shoes go. I just think they're too squidgy. But for tempo training sessions, man, that squidginess comes in handy. It seems to protect the legs, and they are fast, there's no doubt about that. They're light and fast. So yeah, ideal shoe. I just don't know whether I'd like to race in them. I'm getting fussy in my old age. And the bike shoes of choice are the Physique. Don't know what they are, had them years. Right, second bike set, let's get this nailed. Right, here we go. 50 seconds. Try and dial in. As I said, the first 30-40 seconds just feels smooth. It's like your legs and your system play catch up. 10 seconds recovery coming up. It's like a micro recovery. Oh. Here we go. 40 seconds. Even the 20-second recoveries are feeling like micro recoveries into the 30-second effort. Of course, this feels harder because I've just ran. The idea is we're not really giving the body a chance to get in a groove for the cycling and running, because you switch from each discipline very quickly, and that's what we're trying to train. Oh. Whew. Short, yeah, but I felt it. But we're not mashing mammothly. That's why it's still endurance based, because we stop before we really get into the hurt box. Right, second bike set done. What was I saying about I'd feel more fluid on the second run set? Yeah, I found that quite hard on the bike. It's just so short. you don't really have time to find your bike legs. And as I said, that's the idea, isn't it? Getting specific, because that is where the feelings come in duathlon, is you're switching from run to bike, from bike to run. Your legs are just wrecked, and we're trying to condition them to deal with that. And personally, I'm on the fence, because I think, are we just practicing pain and it never gets any better? You can't condition your body for that. But I think mentally you can prepare yourself for how it feels. Although I've yet to find a way of doing it in training that replicates how it feels in a race. So yeah, I don't know what the motto of that is. Do more training races. Right, let's get on this run. Same course, same session. Don't look at the watch. Let's see what sort of paces come out of the second set. Second run over. Yeah, I felt the accumulation of the fatigue, but not massively. But I think, bearing in mind the stage I'm at and the week I've had, I'm going to call it a day. I think it's going to be wise. I don't want any more injuries. I've got a few niggles still bubbling away, but overall that was a decent session to build on. I think I should view it like that, quit while I'm ahead and feel better. Good session. Ooh, a bit different to the last two videos, isn't it, where everything's falling apart. See you next time.